Good evening.
Hello, everybody.
Well, I say evening, but this is a recording for tomorrow. So we just finished watching the,
We just finished attending the town hall meeting.
Thank you. I'm trying to pull it out.
We did figure since we are here, we would live stream it for you guys.
Yep.
And then do a follow-up video.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was a good meeting.
It was a good meeting.
It was a really good meeting.
A lot of positive vibe, a lot of positive feedback, a lot of positive comments.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely one of the best meetings I've attended, especially sitting in the audience. I like that part.
Yeah.
And it was just good to see everybody. I love seeing everybody. As you know, we'll be hitting the road soon. So we'll be saying bye-bye to Otter Creek, and we came here to volunteer at the festival and Christmas in the Creek, as well as see everybody. So about time for us to get on with our lives. But tonight we're going to talk about what happened at the meeting.
Okay. And
who was there, what was said, was there any drama?
And we know it was hard to hear. The room echoes badly. We're sitting there and it's hard to hear.
Yeah, it's always hard to hear in there because they have a concrete floor, brick walls.
Concrete walls, actually. They're
concrete. And even the ceiling, they used to have a drop ceiling. It doesn't have that anymore. And they're still trying to finish painting in there. And they did just paint the ceiling, which is why I know some people had asked what happened to Belinda's beautiful pictures that she had done. Well, they had to take them down so they could paint the ceiling because they didn't want to get paint on any of those beautiful pictures. So unfortunately, I was hoping I'd get to see those. Unfortunately, they haven't finished painting in there yet, so didn't get to see them yet. So if we're in town next time, we can get a look at them. But I know some people were asking what happened, and that's all that happened is they're down so they can finish painting, and they'll be put back up within the next couple of months.
Yeah.
So, no tragedy there. Nothing bad happened.
Did everybody show up?
No. When the meeting first started, there was 2 board members missing. Laura Mott wasn't there, and Joseph was not there.
So they barely had a quorum when they first started.
Right.
And then Laura came, and that made a 4th board member.
Yeah, she was running a little bit late there. So, better late than never, I guess, would be the factor. Yeah. And Joseph did not show up. Now, there was mention from Zim that Joseph has been having family problems, and he will be at the next meeting, at the January meeting. So that's good news.
That's good.
Because, there's still, 4 or 5 months before new board members will be seated. So there's still work to be done. Yeah. And the more people there are that are moving in the right direction, the better. You can throw in good ideas, good commentary. So it'd be nice to see him there. But if not, at least they still have a quorum and good things are happening. So either way, cool deal. So, and I noticed too, there wasn't very many people in attendance.
Nope, it was you and me, Richard behind me, Joyce Sada, TC was there. And one other gentleman.
The gentleman that lives at the crab plant, and I just cannot remember his name.
I don't remember his name.
Sorry about that.
So that was it.
And that was it. And I know the attendance has been low at the last couple of meetings, and it looks like that might be the new trend.
That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing.
Well, I do wish more of the citizens who lived in the town would attend the meetings, and Vice Mayor Carl was talking about that as well.
You talked about that too when you were on the board.
Yeah, it's important to take part in the town you live in, ask questions, bring ideas to the table, just be informed. I mean, the meetings are so short and they're only once a month anyway, but maybe as time goes on and they see positive consistency with the positiveness, maybe more of them will join in and have a voice. I know a lot of them, you know, who likes all the drama and bickering? Not most people. And if you do, you might have a few issues.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, most people do not like that. So that's a good reason that a lot of people didn't attend or don't attend, or that they felt that they had no voice to be able to contribute. So they just quit coming. So hopefully, as they see more and more good things happening, the festival was another good thing in the community that happened. And when more and more of that happens, it's kind of contagious. Mm-hmm. And so we'll just all keep praying for them. Yeah. I know good things are happening, and I want them to continue, as well as a lot of other people.
I'd like to see more of the town show up, because the board really wants your input.
They do.
They want your input.
I know. I always did, and the new board, they do too.
Even if you have grievances, they want to hear them so they can fix them.
Mm-hmm.
If you continue to complain but you don't present your claim, then how's anything going to ever get fixed?
Right.
So it's like the people that complain about the presidency but they don't vote. It's like, well, you didn't help. I mean,
true.
Get involved. Get involved.
So getting into the meeting, outside of that, you know, we had the pledge and the roll call, and the agenda was approved. Their minutes from the last meeting were approved. It's great that people are on it and listening, and they're giving their motions, they're seconding everything's going great. You don't have to beg for people to be paying attention, and I love that. So it's important. It shows that they're coming wanting to do something better. Mm-hmm. So the first thing they were talking about, of course, was your old business. It said nothing new to report, but there was new things on the old business to report. The first thing they were talking about was the light contest for Christmas, and there are still some people decorating, so they extended the contest to be announcing the winner in January. Originally, they were going to pick the winner at tonight's meeting, but people are still decorating. You know, you get busy, things happen, time flies.
And it's not Christmas yet.
Right. So some people are still decorating, so they will pick the winners next month. They did also decide that none of the board members will be entering into the contest, and they wouldn't be allowed to win anyway, which I think is a very good decision, because you don't want any issues with conflict of interest, any bias or anything like that. And I know there were several board members that have decorated very nice. Rex has decorated.
I think the campground might win.
Right. Rex and Janelle did a fabulous job decorating Shady Oaks. It's beautiful. They are good stewards to this property. I have to give them kudos. If you're ever visiting Otter Creek, make sure you stay at Shady Oaks. They're good people, and they've done a great job.
Or even if you're visiting Cedar Key, you can stay here.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
It's way cheaper, and it's just 20 miles up the road. So
they did a great job. I know Carl has a good job decorating his place. He's got some great blow-ups of Jack's skeleton and the Nightmare Before Christmas. So I love those. That was cool to see. And a lot of people have decorated that are on the board, so they're not going to take any of those prizes away, and it's a good thing, because they might have won. Just saying, they did some good jobs. So, but all in all, I did see more people in the town decorating as well, which is super great to see, because again, they're putting love and vested interest into their town, and that's contagious. Yeah. So keep it going, guys. Then another great thing is they were talking about the festival and some stats on the festival.
Okay.
So
looks like they had 2,200 people in attendance. Now they didn't separate kids and adults. They don't really know if it was just the kids. So 2,200 people,
which is good,
attended the festival / Christmas in the Creek.
It was very good. We were there.
They commended the law enforcement that was there. I think they had more than ample.
Yeah, they had a good presence of law enforcement. They had the EMS there and Chiefland Fire Department.
Fire Department was there, yep.
So, and they had the old Otter Creek brush truck is with the Chiefland Fire Department, and they had that there with the new labels on.
We spoke to him about it, and he said, "Oh, we love it.
Yeah,
they're able to get to smaller fires faster.
It helped them out. It helps everybody out. It was a win-win for everybody. So it's great to see when agencies can benefit each other like that, as well as the citizens in the town. It's just a win-win for everybody all around. So
yeah,
super cool. They also said huge kudos Zim gave out to Travis. As everybody knows, Travis has been a huge part in the festival and the organizing of it. And I be honest, without him, it probably wouldn't have got done. Even Zim had said that. And
yeah, I think Travis Willis needs to be absolutely. This channel wants to commend him as well.
Yep,
we're
thankful.
Busy he was working, and he's donating money, and he raised money. That's great.
The town is thankful. Zim gave huge kudos to Travis.
Good job, Travis.
And he helped raise $1,400 that went to the town, because a lot of people have been asking, did the town make any money? And I didn't know that they did, so I wasn't able to give a good answer for that. I wasn't sure. I didn't think so. I had no idea.
Yeah, so, we weren't hearing that they made any substantial money, but reported tonight was something different.
Yeah, because I know they had to give credits back to the vendors because I don't know if there wasn't as many sales to the different vendors, so they didn't make money off of that, but they made money off of other things. So Travis had raised $1,400 that went to the town, and then they did advertising. They had brochures and signs, and different
sponsors.
Businesses did sponsorships. I know.
So all 5 businesses in the town of Otter Creek did sponsorships,
which is great. They're supporting their community. You had Shady Oaks Campground in there. You had Glowing Palms RV Park in there. You had Herschel's in there. Ellie with the Otter Creek Woodworks was in there.
Probably not the post office.
Who would be the 5th one that was in there?
Not sure.
And I don't know where one of my little brochures is
offhand.
The
post office? I don't think they're even allowed.
No, the post office wasn't in there. Is that one of the brochures hanging over there?
Yeah, I'd have to look. Check. Let me see.
I know there was it Tri-County Saw in there? I believe. But it's great because it helped out the town tremendously, because with these monies, that's $2,500. And that $2,500 will be used either...
Oh, it was the new trading post up there.
Yes.
I forgot about them.
Yeah, that new store that is next to the post office.
It looks like Capital City Bank.
The trading post, and it looks like Central Florida Electric was a sponsorship.
Good.
So, and Ellie's Scrub House Design at Otter Creek Woodworks, and Herschel's is on the back.
2 on the back, yeah.
So all this money was very helpful, because now it can be used either towards the water or towards all the lights that were hung in the town.
So good job with this. So, I like this brochure. It's actually pretty interesting.
And Zim also gave a huge kudos to Carl and Rex, who were at the festival helping. And he gave a huge thank you to Jeremy and George for all the toys that were collected, to all the viewers of Jeremy and George who donated toys, and to all of the elves who came and helped set everything up.
It was a collective effort by everybody.
So Zim gave huge thanks to that. We give huge thanks to everybody who helped, because even though we don't live here anymore, we came to help because we want to see good happening here in this town. It's something that I feel we helped get started, and we want it to continue and grow. And I, for one, am so happy and proud to see it. It warms my heart for all the good that is happening. He also gave thanks to the Levy County Sheriff, to the EMS, to the Chiefland Fire, And Carl, Vice Mayor Carl, he gave kudos to the mayor, Zim.
Yeah.
He has been putting in a lot of work.
Yep.
And I remember when I was mayor and Zim was vice mayor, there's a lot of times you are working off the clock and you don't see that, and a lot goes in. So Zim has been working hard on this. He has a lot going on. He also runs a business. He has a family, and he has a lot of things going on too. So he sacrificed a lot of time for those things to help do this. So good job, Zim, and thank you, Carl, for recognizing that. So
he's a hard worker.
He really is. And
got a lot on his plate.
Zim also wanted to say, since it's the last meeting of the year, you want to give a closeout. And this is another thing I'm giving kudos to Zim for tonight, because this is what I love. To let everybody know all the good things that are happening, throw out the numbers, let's see what's going on good, because as I said, it's a domino effect, it's contagious, and the town people and everybody who's interested in Otter Creek wants to know these things. So I'm very thankful that Zim gave us all this information, and I hope that's something he continues. I don't know if he didn't know, but this is very important information that everybody likes to hear. We want to know about the good job the board is doing.
And he looks a lot more polished.
Yes.
Running the board than he did in the beginning.
Yeah. So, and with time, you get better and better at speaking, and he's come a long way, and he's doing very good. I know it's not an easy thing to sit there and run a meeting, so I have to give him kudos for that.
Yeah.
And he wanted to give the report that for 9 months now, everything has been running drama-free. There was maybe one hiccup with somebody causing stuff at a meeting in that whole time, but it's been very minor, and you can just see how much good happens and what all gets done when people are in it all together, moving forward in the right direction. So I love that he took the time to thank all the board members, to thank the audience, and give all these great reports. He was thanking, him and Carl thanked the people that came to the meeting. Zim also thanked all the YouTubers who covered the festival and Christmas in the Creek. There was a lot of good comments from the people who attended and the coverage going on, and it brought extra people there. And so he was very thankful to the different YouTubers who covered it. That was very nice to hear, because we all want good stuff happening, I would hope. So he did also mention during the meeting that there was a resident who is looking for a cheap car, and he was hoping that possibly between viewers on the channels or anybody there could help out with that. If anybody knows of someone selling a cheap car, or maybe possibly
like a hoopty.
Yeah, a little hoopty, or could help donate towards that. And if anybody wants to do that, please reach out to Belinda at the town hall. They do have a website that has the number and the email address.
Yep. So if you happen to be in a position of something like that and you think you can help, then get in touch with Belinda.
Yeah, they
let them know.
Appreciate that very much. So again, don't get in touch with us about it.
Yep.
We're not collecting for it.
We're not collecting.
But if you can get in touch with Belinda, if you do, or if you're able and you want to help, please get in touch with her.
Maybe somebody has a used car business and has a clunker they can't get rid of.
Right. You never know. And helping each other is always the best. We are better together. Yep. So I just wanted to get that in there. So finally, under the new business, they were talking about the election and the seats being up and the announcement, and the qualifying will be in January.
So some of you had questions about the seats.
Yep.
So
and how that works.
They'll be running for specific seats, which is the way it's always should have been done, like the school district does it.
Yeah, and that's a good thing.
Yes, because people in the past, clerks have been playing with the seats to keep people on that shouldn't have been on and have other people off
well,
that shouldn't have been off.
Not in Otter Creek because the seats were never labeled.
They were never labeled.
But what will be avoided in the future is there can't be any ties or all these. It would be assigned seats, so it makes everything clear.
Yes. So it's a 2-year term on alternate years. So they got to get back in sync. So they have 4 vacancies because of the people who, Dawn left a seat open, and then they backfilled seats. Now, when you backfill a seat by letter of interest, they didn't get the seat through an election. So all they're doing is finishing the term that exists. They don't go into the next term.
And that's why it ends up being a 1-year seat.
Right.
And so anytime that happens at the following election, that seat would go up for a year.
So you have, Laura has 1 year remaining on her term. She ran.
Yeah, so hers is the only seat that is not up for re-election.
So she has 1 year left on her 2-year term. Another seat will be a 1-year term. So here's your 2 1-year terms left, right? This is getting it back in sync. Your other 3 seats will be brand new 2-year terms.
Right.
So that's Carl's, Zim's, and Rex's will all be new 2-year terms. That'll get them back into rotation. 3, 2, 3, 2.
Actually, it's Zim, Carl, and Joseph's seat.
Joseph, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Rex's seat is the one with the letter of interest that was Dawn's seat.
Okay.
That will be going up for the 1 year.
Okay, gotcha.
So.
Now I get it.
Is everyone confused?
Is that yes. When people leave the board, it gets real confusing.
Odd years, 3 seats are up. Even years, 2 seats are up.
But this year it's going to be 4 to get it back.
Because of that 1-year seat.
In rotation.
And then if all goes well, next year it would just be 2 seats.
2 seats.
So, but we'll see. Who knows? Things happen.
Yeah.
So, and again, Joseph will be back next month. Under new business, they were talking about the website and the proposal that they were talking about last month, and they needed something else, so they voted on it to go ahead with the new website, which is a one-time fee of $2,500. It's a 15-page website, I believe, and thereafter it will be a $75 a month maintenance fee, which is what they have been paying already on the maintenance fees. What that does too is it will have where you can pay your water bill online. Everything has the extra security so they won't get hacked. And
the important thing is it'll be ADA compliant, and they'll be able to eventually get their what is the word I'm looking for? Get all their ordinances posted up. So when someone does a request for public records, they'll be available.
Yeah, I don't know how long that will take.
I think that's going to take
quite a while,
years,
I'm sure.
Actually.
But the good thing is
it's in the right direction.
The company will also upload documents so the meeting minutes can go online, the agendas can go online, so everybody can be informed about those things. So it's just another step in the right direction. Maybe one day they'll even do their own filming of the meetings, live streaming. Who knows? I do believe they should as well. It would cut out a lot of things. So, in time, who knows?
We'll see where that goes. Yeah.
But that's good news. So that got voted all in favor to sign the agreement to move forward on that. I know a lot of people will be happy to just pay their water bills online. Yeah. And it does cut out a lot of postage and printing and expense for the town to be able to do it online like that.
Sure.
So it's another movement in the right direction, stepping into the 21st century. Yes.
So let's see your notes. The last thing there looks like...
Well, hold up, because I had to continue on the next page.
Oh.
So now we are going into the department reports. They were talking about maintenance, which is Richard, and seeing how everything was going. And he says, we need paint. Can't finish painting without some more paint.
Paint's so expensive.
It really is.
These price paint lately, it's like, oh my goodness.
It's nuts. But yep, so they need some more paint to finish, and then I guess they have some trees that still need to be cut. So Vice Mayor Carl is going to be helping cut those trees, helping Richard out with that, which is good. Working together once again is wonderful. And Zim also wanted to give Richard another huge shout out. I know he's been helping a lot with cleanup with those hurricanes. He did a lot of work. We did see him at the festival. I know I saw him towards the end picking up trash. Yeah. So he was walking around, and Zim made the comment that he didn't even see him record that on his timesheet. So he just does a lot of stuff on his own time and looking out for the town. So we want to give Richard a huge thank you as well. Sure. That's super awesome to see, and that's another good show of vested interest in the town. And I always feel like, again, it's a domino effect. It helps people also do more because they see him doing more. They want to help too. So good job, Richard, and we appreciate you. And so does the town. Then public safety. This is where Zim was talking about those street lights, and we had mentioned those too, and how bright the town looks.
On the drive over there, we noticed that. I was like, wow, the lights. Yeah,
we've been seeing them working on 24, hanging up all these lights. It's great. It's great because Zim said, it's been like 35 years. They've never had all that. And what's the great thing about all these street lights is it will help when people are sneaking around doing things they shouldn't at night. It shines the light on them, so you'll probably have less of that going on with everything lit up. And maybe
what you feed grows and what you starve dies.
Yeah.
So if you shed light on it,
boom.
Good.
So it's nice to see, again, just huge accomplishments happening. And I know sometimes a lot of things are slow, especially when it comes to government. So you got to celebrate these huge things that, I mean, they haven't had it 30, 35 years. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
To finally get it done. And it's just another example of things that can happen with a good board.
Yeah, and most of those times they didn't have good boards.
No.
And got nothing done.
Yeah, and what a waste that is. So the street lights so far that they've done was about $2,100. That's money the town had to pay. So again, we were talking about the festival raised $2,500. Right there covers that.
Yeah.
Now, still, they need to do 3rd Street, which 3rd Street is going to cost them about another $4,500 because they also have to come up with poles for that. So that's why that costs more. So they still need to raise $4,500. They were saying maybe another future event could do that. They'll talk about that more as time goes on, but that's great. They have goals they're working towards now. Better things coming, more improvements. Super cool. So what else? The building and zoning, nothing. So they talked about that last time. They got nothing new going on there.
Okay.
So, and then I do believe Vice Mayor Carl did the announcement. So I like that too because it gets more people interested and speaking.
Plus you can hear Carl.
Yeah. So it was great to pass that out. I know there's a lot of people that don't want to be talking in front of people, so I never got anybody to be able to do those other things. But I think it's great because it shows that he's interested in the town too, and it breaks it up a little bit, share it with everybody. So all in all, I'm super happy to see the direction the board is moving in and all that they accomplished. And I give huge kudos to everybody on the board and the great support that the townspeople who do attend give. Even though it's not many, you still got to thank them for coming. And hopefully it'll just get more and bigger. And now we can move on. There has been some questions recently that people have been asking about different things, so figured we can maybe answer a couple of those right here, right now. And if you want to take it away, Brett.
Well, one of them is the ethics complaint that was filed last year against Russ the Sus. If you go on the Board of Ethics Commission website, they still haven't addressed it in the November or the December meeting.
Yeah, so nothing...
And no meetings up to that point
Nothing has been done. They haven't made any decisions yet, so that just tells me that they're still investigating.
It's still an open investigation.
Which, this one has been open longer than the norm, I think.
Yeah, and I know they were supposed to contact Belinda for a lot of the evidence that she had against Russell, and I hope that happened. We don't know. We don't ask her.
Yeah, there were several people involved in the investigation that gave information to the commission about that. So I know they interviewed a lot of people during their investigation, and the investigation still goes on.
Yeah.
So it remains to be seen. Unfortunately, we don't have any clear answers for anybody as of yet. But if we do hear of anything, we will definitely let you know.
Yeah.
Again, slow. When it comes to all these agencies, it seems to be slow or nothing.
And whenever you reached out to agencies, whenever you tried to reach out to the governor's office to get clarity, or to reach out to the senator's office or the attorney general, Ashley Moody, it was hard to get a response from any of these people.
Yeah, you don't usually get
responses. You don't know if they don't care, they didn't get it.
It takes a while to get responses.
It just takes forever.
But
I don't know.
That's the way all that stuff goes. So
it's frustrating, though.
It is. It is. But, you know, again, I'm super happy at least that those people are not in there causing problems. And I really want to take a minute here to talk again to the townspeople of Otter Creek, because you're important and your voice is important. And I want you to take a good look at what this board has been able to do over this past year.
With adversity, too.
Yeah, and I want you to keep that in mind, because April, you're going to have elections again. And if you care about the town and you care about what's going on in it, you need to look at the difference of a good board and support them, and make sure you're voting for people that are going to do good for the town that you live in.
Yeah, I'd like to see this board get right back on there.
Yeah, I want to see good things continue in the future and it get even better and better. And the way you can do that is voting for good, having your voice, attend the meetings, let the board members know what needs to be done, what you care about. Give your contributions, but it's your town. So please make sure you take note and vote for good.
Yeah,
so that's my huge soapbox for that. Is
that's good, though. That's good advice.
I would love to see,
if you like what
the town
this is better. True with anywhere you vote. If you're voting for president, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? If the answer is yes, then vote that way. If the answer is no, then vote that way. Same thing with this board. They really have only had almost one good year of functioning. Because when you were in, you really still couldn't get anything done.
No.
Because you didn't have the quorum of the right people. So a number of months went by where you were working on things behind the scenes to try to get the paperwork caught up and get Belinda on board. I mean, a lot was going on. It was a mess. But I think when you handed over something that was heading in the right direction.
Right.
And they just had to pick the ball up and run to the end zone with it.
Yeah, and they are.
And they are.
And I'm proud of them all, and I'm thankful to them all. It's good to see hard work going in the right direction.
So I say all that to say this. So if you're a resident here and you're voting here, make sure you vote. And I think Otter Creek is in a much better place now than it was 2 years ago.
100%. And if it keeps going the right way, it's just going to get better and better, y'all.
It is. You got lights. What are you going to get next time? You might get, some filters and drinking water, and who knows what else you could get.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's no magic wand that makes it happen overnight.
Yeah, it sure doesn't.
But it's headed in the right direction. There's a ton of people praying for this town and wishing this town well. And I will even say, which I really, really appreciate, is even sometimes when people don't get along, because not everybody does. If you don't have something nice to say, just be quiet. And I did witness some of that tonight, where there's some people that don't get along for whatever reason.
Who, me?
And they were just quiet. And that is very much appreciated. That means there's growth and people are changing.
And 'tis the season to be nice.
And I love that.
Yeah.
So I'll continue to pray for this town. I'll continue to check in on this town. Will we continue to cover meetings in this town? Stay tuned. I don't have that answer at the moment.
We've been talking about it all day and we still don't have an answer.
I don't have an answer for that at the moment. I certainly don't want to be covering any drama for this town. I do love to report good things. So, you know, and I know you guys continue to ask questions and are interested in it, but, you know.
We're on the outside looking in now, too.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But, you know, as long as everybody's wanting good things and people can be nice and cordial to each other, and sometimes when there's disagreement, just don't get ugly with each other about it.
Right.
So, pardon moi. So anyway, what else you got to add? Anything about your experience here at this town hall meeting or your week here in Otter Creek?
No, I'm pleasant. I'm surprised how well it went, actually.
Yeah, it's like it's been a nice check-in. It's been nice.
We've enjoyed our time here that we got to spend with our friends. We enjoyed supporting the festival and bringing that to you guys, and the Christmas in the Creek, and then the meeting. So it was a whole lot of stuff in a week.
Yeah.
So we're wrapping it up here, and
we've enjoyed Otter Creek for this week, but you know what?
We're heading off to some new adventures.
It's about time to get out of here, and we'll give a prayer to the town on the way out. And
shall we give a hint on which direction we're headed next?
Well,
we'll let you know on the live where we're at, because we'll be there by then. But we'll be heading west from here. How far west?
That is the question.
We're going to stay below the freeze line. So we're not going north yet. We're enjoying this warmer weather in the winter.
Yeah, it's been pretty perfect. And I will say, my first year as a snowbird, loving it.
It's nice visiting.
It is.
Because you can leave.
Yeah, it's so awesome. I absolutely love it. God is good. And it's wonderful to be able to come and help be a blessing, and then to be able to head on out and leave this in the hands of the good people here.
Yeah. We'll support how we can, whatever way we can.
Yep. And sometimes when you're away from here and you're in another area, and, you know, again, it's hard to hear in the meetings. You don't really know exactly what's going on. So you're, you know, wondering, is this happening because of this? Is it? So now we're here. We could see it. It's all good and positive.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to report that and see that. It's a lot of love, and your prayers are working.
Yeah.
So don't stop.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching the meeting. Those of you that wanted to keep up with it, there you have it.
Yep. Thank you all for your support.
And then this will be Wednesday, so Friday should be another. I know what Friday's going to be. Another surprise, the Cedar Key visit.
Is that what it is?
Possibly.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I want to see that one.
Ooh.
So anyway, guys, thanks for joining us, and we love you guys, and you guys stay safe, and Merry Christmas. And
take care of each other, and
we'll see you next time.
Spread the love and good vibes.
That's it.
Oh, peace.
Peace.